Alright folks, and welcome back to the Don's channel. I am the Donfather, and I'm now going to do a sort of review, introduction to an up and coming boxing fight that's happening. This is being dubbed Code War. What is Code War? Code War is basically two different codes of football, the NRL versus the AFL. So that is a pretty big deal, to be honest with you. NRL being the National Rugby League in Australia, which is Rugby League, and the AFL, Aussie rules. Both fighters are from either sport. Paul Gallen of the NRL and Big Bad Barry Hall from the AFL. So this fight is being called, as I say, Code War. Quite a cool name. And the fight will take place on Friday the 15th of November in Melbourne's Margaret Court Arena. Paul Gallen of the NRL, he's 38-year-old, and Barry Hall is 42. So there is a 4-year difference. They're both retired from their sports, but both in really good shape, to tell you the truth. I've watched quite a bit of different highlights of their training and Paul Gallen's fights. So basically, we'll talk a little bit about that. Paul Gallen of the NRL, as I said, played for Cronulla Sharks and the New South Wales State of Origin captain. So he was a very good rugby player, and as hard as a coffin nail. He's 180 centimetres tall, and his boxing record is 9-0. So 9 fights by way of victory. I'm not too sure how many by knockout. I did see a fight where he did knock a guy out in the second round. It was a 4-round fight, I believe, and I seen another one there. I was watching the highlights of him fighting, where he won it on points decision. In the fourth, obviously, it went to the fourth. It went the distance to the end of the fourth, and he won by points decision. Barry Hall, who started out in his career, he was actually an amateur boxer before he went to the AFL. He had stints in the AFL at St Kilda, the Swans, and the Bulldogs. And his fights at this level, no fights at all, so no defeats or wins. So to his name, so he's very much going into this, I would imagine, as the bookies' underdog, because of his lack of fighting experience. However, he did have a boxing background, so I think that should definitely stand him in good stead for going into this one. Okay, so we'll put a little bit of a clip of both of them sort of training with the bag now.
Alright, pick it up, pick it up. Arms up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, pick him up. 2, 1. Beautiful work, beautiful.
Okay, so that's the training. What do you think? For me personally, I believe that Barry Hall had a little bit more power. Some of the training, this maybe doesn't show you everything, but when they're both hitting the bags, I believe Barry Hall has a little bit more power in him. He's certainly the taller, he's got the bigger reach as well, at 194 centimetres here, so it's a good, let me see what I put down there, it's a good 14 centimetres or so bigger than Paul Gallen. That could actually prove to be quite important in this fight, I believe. Paul Gallen, from some of the fights I've seen, he is the sort of fighter, he can absorb pressure, he can actually do it. I've seen him on one of the fights where he was up near the ropes. I don't know how great the guy was that he was fighting, but he was in against, in the corner of the ropes, and he fought his way out, he boxed his way out, which was pretty a positive thing to see. So he can take a shot. There's no question how hard both of these guys are. But as I say, I do not know if he's came up against somebody as towering in his fight and out of his fights as Barry Hall. Such a big guy, leans over him. He is in pristine shape. I've also seen a little bit of fun poked at Barry Hall from Paul Gallen, saying he looks great on the bag. He really does look great on the bag, but bags don't throw punches back. So he's got a very good point there. As good as Barry Hall's looking in his training when he's hitting bags, he's in the gym, they're not throwing punches back, and none of those videos have shown him actually receiving punches and how he responds. But having been from a boxing background, I would say he'd be able to spar with people the best. I did see a video of Paul Gallen sparring, and the boy he was sparring against was probably as good as what I would be, which isn't very good, to tell you the truth. So he hit the boy a couple of body shots, and his gum shield nearly came out of his mouth. He was like, oh, he was laughing because it hurt. He got a couple of, I don't even know if Paul Gallen was fighting at 50% when he was throwing in the sparring. So the sparring isn't really beneficial to him because he's fighting absolutely nobody's as he's warming up for this fight. However, I think this will be actually quite a good fight. They do look physically fit. They're both representing their sports. They're in the Cold War. So neither, I mean, this, for anybody outside of Australia, might not realise just how big a deal this is. AFL versus Rugby League is, AFL being the Australian-born sport, Rugby League, not necessarily Australian sport, but certainly in Rugby League terms for the sport, it's definitely the best national league in the world, quality-wise, so they do kind of hold it in high regard in certain parts of Australia, New South Wales, Queensland, kind of up Rugby League territory, and AFL down, like from Sydney, below Sydney, and down into Melbourne, very, very much, and then out west and stuff, very, very much AFL territory. So this is going to be really exciting based on that alone. So then, getting to who I think will win this fight, based on the training that I've watched, the articles I've read, the interviews I've read, I definitely think with the experience Paul Gallen's got, he'll be confident going into it. I don't see why Barry Hall wouldn't be confident, given how savage and how hard a man he is naturally. Add that into his height and his reach advantage and how physically fit he's actually got himself. He's taking this very, very seriously as well. And add on to that, having an amateur boxing career before he went into the AFL, I believe that Barry Hall is going to be far too much for Paul Gallen to handle. A lot of people would actually be like, what the hell are you talking about here? Gallen's had 9 fights, he's the favourite with the bookies, what are you talking about? I just think Barry Hall's a towering figure. The punches, the snap in the training videos, he has a lot more power that he's unloading. I don't know if he's unloading too much in his shots when he's punching. If it's only, I'm not too sure the length of the fight as well. I don't believe it's a 12-round fight. If it's a 12-round fight, throwing that much power behind your shots will certainly have you gassing by about 7 or 8 rounds whenever you're not a professional boxer. And given his age as well, being 42-year-old, I'm not sure how many rounds this is going to be in this fight, but you can actually book the fight in Australian dollars, pay-per-view, $50, which in the UK roughly works out at £25. So it's actually going to cost you more than a pay-per-view box office fight for world title belts, which is absolutely insane, to tell you the truth. I can't see how it can justify a $50 billing. However, really looking forward to this Cold War. Who do I think will win? Barry Hall. Who do I want to win? Big bad Barry Hall. Bring it home for the AFL, son. Go on, Baz. Thanks very much for watching. If anybody's got any requests for things they'd like to see me reacting to or just generally talk about, then please feel free to do so in the comments section below. Also, don't forget to subscribe and put the notifications bell on so you don't miss any of our future uploads onto the channel. That would be great too. And also you can follow us on all our social media platforms. The link to them will be in the description section below. Also, and other ways in which you can help fund and support the channel, such as Patreon. You can become a patron or a monthly subscription, or a GoFundMe to help fund our AFL vlogging trip in Australia. Now you can see why I'm being slightly biased. Our AFL vlogging trip, not our NRL vlogging trip. So very much an AFL loving household here in Northern Ireland. So definitely behind Big Bazza. Plus he played for the Bulldogs. Go on yourself, Barry, man. And also, you can buy some merchandise. TDC, the Don's channel, TDC logo. We've got hoodies, flex fit caps, adjustable caps, whatever. Comment in the description section below if you're interested in that. Or you can talk to me privately through our social media platforms as well. Thanks very much. Good luck to both fighters, Paul Gallen and Barry Hall. Very brave, putting your bodies on the line in the ring, especially at your age now. You've been retired from sort of contact sport now for a while. All being said though, Paul has fought 9-0, so he's got a good record so far. But I wish you both very best of luck, and may the best man win. Thanks and goodbye.